Hello, everybody. It is that time of the week once again for some GT7. Hell yeah. Alright, so what we're doing this week's Daily Race C once again. And for this week, we got Trial Mountain Reverse, which I'm very familiarized with going the normal direction, and that's definitely the way I prefer. And as for the reverse version, I have not run this version very much at all. Like, the only times I ever run this version of the track is when it comes up in daily races, which isn't very often. So we definitely need to watch a lap time of the fastest time in the world, not to see how they run, well, obviously to see how they run the lap, but okay. And I'm driving the McGann Trophy, which is the best car for this. But it's funny, right? Because, like, we got the McGann, the Cayman, and there's an NSX here too. But, like, we got all these cars here, and then we have the Alfa Romeo 4C group for car in the mix as well. And I'm not sure what it is. I feel like this is another scenario where one car is good for qualifying, but then another car is actually good for the race. Because in some videos I've seen in this race, like, yeah, there's people using them again, but there's also quite a few people using the Alpha as well. So I have a feeling that the Alpha is probably the one to use for the race, but the McGann is the one to qualify with. So if that ends up being the case, we'll see how many people are using the Alpha in the first race or two that we play, and then I'll decide if I want to jump in the Alpha myself. But before we even think about that, let's go ahead and watch this lap, and let's get an idea of how to run this in these cars. Yeah, I do this every time this track comes up, because like I said, I'm not very familiar with this version, and I'll be honest, I don't like this track going this way. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, first off, just display all, get on my desired view, and let's go. Let's watch. So we're going to be keeping an eye on their brake points and what gears they use through the turns. So let's have ourselves a look-see here. Okay, so just before that metal barrier starts, down to second. Staying second through that whole section. All right. On second briefly there. Yeah, I feel like with that corner, like, it's going to be a bit of a guessing game with the braking point, because there's no real actual, like, brake marker for, like, even this corner too. Okay, so he brakes there just before that fencing ends. Pay attention to where he brakes at the end of the tunnel here. Okay, so he brakes on the last set of pillars inside the tunnel there. And again, this one is going to be another guessing game on the braking as well. Okay, right on that rock on the right there, then on the second. Now, I think this next section should be easily flat out. But also, this is the area where penalties will mostly be handed out. Alrighty. We've watched the lap. Now let's go see what kind of lap we can put down. So, the fastest time, which he set, is a 58.0. So to get within 2 seconds, I need to get at least a 2-minute 0. But I don't know why, every time we come to this track, like, it always takes me a while to get to that 2 second range. I don't know what it is. Especially like on the normal direction, despite the amount of laps I ran around it, for some reason it still takes me quite a bit of time to get in that range. But and obviously with this one it'll probably take a little longer because I'm not used to this version that much. But we'll see what we can do regardless. If we don't get within 2 seconds, then that's perfectly fine. We'll just have to do the best we can here. We'll try 3 brake balance. See how that does. Alright. Alright. Now we know where most of the actual noticeable braking points are, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that was very horrible through that first chicane, but it's alright. It's only my first proper flying lap. Yeah, I think the brakes are like slightly locking up or something. Because when I brake really hard, like I can feel it like not turning in, or maybe it's the brake balance setting that I have it on. Yeah, I already know this first lap is going to be slow as shit, but it's alright. Alright, first line lap, and we got a 2021. Oh, careful. Yeah, I hesitated a bit on the power coming out of that turn. Alright, we lost some time, but we gained some of it back. But at least now we know that there's more to gain. I'm going too slow into that turn. Well, this lap's a write-off, but I'm not going to restart, so that way I can keep the delta of my current fastest lap. And I think what I'll do is, instead of actually backing out of here and going into the matchmaking period, like, I'll just stay in here, so that way I can keep the delta of my fastest lap of this session. And then when it gets close to race time, then I'll back out of here and get in to the matchmaking portion. I think that might be what I'll start doing from now on. So that way, whatever my best lap is of this session, I can keep the delta the whole time. Gain a little bit at the end of the lap there. Gained a monumental amount of time just in that corner alone. There we go. Gained even more time out of there as well. Let's see if we can gain some more time on this last section of the lap here. Alright, go, 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 go. Keep that momentum up. Okay, this is gonna be... Alright, come on, baby. What we getting? This is definitely gonna be a 2-minute lap. Alright, 2-minute 5. Just need to find another half a second and we'll be right on that 2-second mark. I don't know. I feel like I might be slowing myself down more trying to use second through those corners. Because I feel like I'm just slowing myself down a bit too much. I might be better off just only using third. I know the whole point of shifting down is to have the car rotate better through the turn, but I have a tendency to overestimate, or should I say underestimate how much speed I can actually carry through the corner when I do that, and I tend to go through the corner slower than I know I can. Okay, I feel like I should not be using third at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I should be staying in fourth there. I got a bad line for that turn. I lost it all. No, I went too narrow. Well, we definitely could have gained a little bit more on that lap, but that's still a new PB. 2:02. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how I just miraculously gained 2+10s just to that first chicane there alone. I don't know how I did that, but I'm probably never going to do that again. I lost a little bit of time here too, so we can gain some time back here. Or at least tried to. Nah, that was very slow. Well, it's only 100 slower at the moment. So let's see if we can gain some time for this last section. That's where we lost a little bit of it on the last lap. I completely blew it through there again. Ah. I saw 199 on there. Just need 2 more tenths to get a 2-minute 0. Well, we're gonna get 1/10 of it at least. Just need 12 thousandths of a second or 12 hundredths of a second to get a 2-minute 0. I mean, this is close enough to 2 seconds in my opinion. I don't always have to get within it. As long as I can get close to it, I count it that way as well. As long as I can get close to it. And that is very close to it right now, but I feel like I definitely can hit like a 2-minute 0 if I can put it a good enough lap. Actually, let me look and see what my optimum best lap is. As I completely scuff that corner. Let's see. So yeah, my optimum best lap, if I put all my best sectors together, is a 2-minute 0.64. Alright, I say after this lap, to make sure we actually make it, we'll head into the matchmaking after this lap. Okay, so it looks like we're going in with a 2-minute 1:12. Not too bad out of me, I'd say. All right, let's skedaddle on out of here and head to the race lobby. It's gonna be 3 minutes. Can I go on track for a little bit? Okay, I can go on track for a little bit, but. I got time for at least 1 lap. You know, this time we'll try a 2 on the brake bounce. Come on, wheel. Thank you. We were using a 3 to the rear on the brake bounce that whole time. So we'll try it on 2 for this 1 singular full lap that I get to run here, and we'll see if it feels any different compared to the last several laps I just ran. Obviously, I have no idea where I'm at right now because I got no delta, but this lap doesn't feel that good, I'll be honest. And we just hit the wall there. Alright, let's see what this one singular lap was. Okay, a 2 minute 2. Not bad. Alrighty. Still fairly early in the evening right now, so as usual, I don't expect to be in a high caliber lobby on the first race. Okay, we got one A+ driver in here. Oh, make that 2. One of them starting from the back. We got Maverick in here as well. I know he's quick. Now, before I forget, change these tires because for this race we got to use the hard and the medium tire, and as usual in these types of races we always start on the slower tire and then use save the faster tire for the end, because that's the optimum way to go, really. Yeah, apart from Maverick, no other names in here that I recognize at the top. And let's see, how many alphas are in here? There's a couple, but not many. It's mostly Megans, which is to be expected. A little bit of variety, but it's mostly Megans in this race, as far as I can see. I just realized that guy in third, his name is D's Nuts. I just now got that. Jeez. I don't understand how you can get away with that. Well, I mean, I guess that name's not that bad, but still. Alright. Anyway, first race of the stream. Let's see how we do. We're starting from 8th. We'll see if we can gain any positions from here. Ready, lights out, and away we go. Let's see how the first chicane goes here on this first lap of the race here. Anybody gonna die? Nope, we survived. And this guy's gonna get a bit of a slow exit. So we shall take advantage of that. Whoops. Whoop, 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 whoop. Easy there, gentlemen. I mean, I hit the guy first, but that was obviously not intentional. Try to get through this opening up as cleanly as possible, and then we'll try to settle into the race and start getting some pace down. Oh, okay. The line's going this way. Alright. Oh, I just got bumped in the ass. Okay, that was not my fault. I got hit from behind. Nothing I could have done about pushing the other guy wide. Yeah, if that was my fault for hitting that guy wide, I would have given the place back, but that was not my fault. The guy behind hit me in the butt, and that's why that happened. Ooh, this guy's got a 1 second penalty. Yeah, I guess he cut the last section here. Okay, got a little early on the brakes there because I wasn't quite sure when that metal fence was going to come up because of how close I was to the other cars. Trying not to fight these guys too much and try to stay in the slipstream as best I can. Honestly, I don't know why I tried to give that guy the place back. He was about to serve a penalty anyway. I should have just... I know I accidentally hit him wide, but I should have just kept gunning it anyway. Alright, let's try not to lose touch with this top four if I can, as I accidentally double shift into fifth. And we're only just barely in the slipstream by a thread. But we need to make some gains to this first section here to get firmly within it. Oh, goodness. Well, that's definitely not the right way to go. I completely misjudged the speed there. I thought I was outside the slipstream. But I guess I was in it just enough forward to where I had a slight speed gain. Just need to gain enough here to where I can latch on the back straightaway here. All right, I think I might be in it just good enough to where I can start getting pulled along here. Okay, yep, we're gaining time, so yep, we're in it. We're not in it by much, but we're in it enough, I would say. Ah, understeered so bad. It's alright, we're more in the slipstream now than we were before. Now let's just not misjudge breakpoint this time. Pull me along. Don't want to buff him and kill my momentum, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to pass him. Alright, we swapped roles. Now let's see how well I can do as the pursuing car. Or the lead car, I should say, of this pack. I hit the wall a little bit, but it's alright. Just a little scrub. Didn't really hurt me that bad. Alright. Let's get on the mediums. Damn, the Canadian that was following forward really must have been revving his car out hard. He's got so much less fuel than the three of us. Yeah, this is a very, very long pit on this one. All right. Let's get these medium tires up to temperature. And then we'll start trying to push some laps here. Okay, leaders are in. Alright, let's see where we come out in relation to the guys in front. They were battling, so I don't know how much they were battling on that last lap, so. There they are, they're coming out now. Now I imagine this top three are going to start battling hard. Oh, the Brazilian had him at a moment. Oh wow, I actually got the best lap of the race there. I got caught out. Couldn't see where I was going there. Yeah, I think they were 3 wide behind me for a moment there. Well, where are you going, sir? Okay, well, didn't need that. Thankfully, we didn't get damage from that. But I definitely did not need that. Is Maverick flashing at me? I can't tell. Son of a fucking bitch. I didn't brake hard enough. Damn it, I'm all out of shape now. Oh, fuck me, bro. Man, I'm just... Damn it, that got me so out of rhythm. I'm all out of whack now. God damn it. Yeah, well, we were on for a potential podium, but I don't think that's happening now. Not quite close enough to make the most out of the slipstream here. I'm gaining, but it's not going to be enough to do anything. I had a bit of a run on the alpha, but I had to let up a little bit. It's not going to be enough. We're going to be just short of a top 5. Damn. Damn, I had such a good run coming out of that last corner, but I couldn't make the most of it because I didn't get a good line. Man, I definitely could have just flew past him there. Damn. Almost at a top 5, but we still gained. Started 8th and finished 6th, and we were in 4th, technically at the highest. Not counting me being in 3rd during the pit cycle, but... Or was it 2nd? Or no, I was 4th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the highest I was 4th. But I was still not a too shabby run. Could have been better, but at the same time, could have been worse. So, that wasn't too bad. Alright, let's see how long we gotta wait in between races here. Because usually it varies depending on how long the races are. Okay, only gotta wait 3 minutes. Okay, cool. Don't even have to wait that long, thankfully. Well, good thing I did all that qualifying before, because it looks like we're only gonna have one lap in between each race to try to improve my time, which usually that never happens for me. I'm gonna need to be running lap after lap after lap to potentially try to get a faster lap, because there's no way I'm gonna get a new PB on only one flying lap. Okay, like, I want to try to take the time here to try to find an alternative braking point, because one of the issues I was facing in that race was trying to spot that metal fence while I was behind another car, and it was kind of messing me up. So I think I may have just spotted a decent alternative braking point, like to where I can look off to the left rather than trying to spot that metal fence. So let me try it here. Okay, yep, that's perfect. There's a light post. There's a light post on the end of the bleachers, up on the left side on the hill there, and I brake just before that, just like I braked just before the metal fence there, and that looks like a good alternative braking point that I can look off to when I'm in a pack of cars. So if I'm like right behind another car coming into that first corner, I'll utilize that as my brake point instead. Yeah, there's no way this lap's gonna be any good for anything. This lap was very slow compared to my fastest lap. Well, it's definitely gonna be slow now, especially after hitting the wall there. Oh yeah, that wasn't even a 2-minute lap. That was a 2:01. Alright, let's see where we're at in race number 2 here. We started 8th last time. And I think we're starting about in the same place. Yep, same place. Eighth again. Let's see, anybody different in here that I recognize? Looks like mostly the same people. Is Maverick and Stinky at the back again? Yep. They are both at the back again. Except now Stinky is driving the Cayman. Maverick is still in his McGann. Let me just double check. Okay, I did put the racing hards on. Just wanted to double check before I started rambling too much without thinking about it. So yeah, somewhat of the same people in here. Different pole sitter compared to last time though. So yeah, race number 1 went good. Started from 8th, so let's try to aim to do better, because we definitely could have finished higher in that last race, but I got caught out by the other drivers, and then we were bumping and banging, and then I lost my rhythm, and I just lost it towards the end there. So hopefully this doesn't happen in this race, and let's try to aim for a better result here. Alright, let's go. Back off just a little bit so I don't hit him and tap him in the rear. A little bit of a lag spike, but nothing too severe. There, that McLaren got a very bad run. Thankfully it didn't slow me down too much. Now we can grab the slipstream of T-Bone here, or at least try to. We're in slip range, but he's got a better slipstream to the car in front of him, so he's able to pull the gap better. Just about managed to get stopped. I mean, he did brake kind of early there. No, what are you doing? Okay. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get a penalty for that. Okay, we got away with it. We're good. Oh, what the hell? Oh boy, I don't like this. Oh. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's try to stick behind Maverick here. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I caused that. I tried to leave as much space as I could because I noticed we were 3 wide there. Hopefully I didn't cause that. I only got to spin out like that. There we go, just a little bit. Okay, Stinky, I know you're faster than me, but that doesn't mean you can just push me out of the way like I don't exist. You gotta pass me clean there, sir. Well, now I've lost touch to the guys in front of me. It's not what I wanted. Unless I pit now and try to go for an undercut. Which I think I might try that. Because I don't really want to fight with Stinky here too much. Hopefully he just stays behind me for right now until I get around the pit. Then he can get around me all he wants. Brother, please. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about some fast guys like that. Like they're too impatient to get by you sometimes, and they'll literally force their way in there just to try to get past you as quick as possible. That's the one thing I don't like about some of these fast guys that start at the back. Like, some of them just have no patience whatsoever. And that guy definitely has no patience. Well, we're going to be very far behind in last for a while. But we'll see where we end up after everybody else makes their pit stop. Alright. So let's just focus up and try to put some decent laps down here. And then we'll see where we end up after everybody else makes their stop. Alright, so we gained a little bit of time on Maverick with that undercut. Let's see if we can actually keep with him now. Okay, I got the best lap right now again, but that's not going to last long. Okay, I had no speed from the slipstream. I don't know how I overshot that corner there. I was nowhere near in the slipstream. There we go. Gained a couple more places on these two. Yeah, I have the best lap on track right now, but that's obviously not going to last. Now that all the fast guys are on medium tires, that time is just going to get absolutely demolished. And Stinky's right behind me again. I already know he's going to be in a hurry to get by me again. Alright, there. Fine. You happy? Well, at least now I'm behind him. Hopefully he can pull me along. Whoa! Damn, that was a massive lag spike there. Jesus. Oh, wow. And you're going to give me a penalty for that game? Wow. But I don't think that was deserving of that penalty. I've hit cars like that many times and didn't get hit with a penalty like that. Well, looks like 6 is the magic number so far. Hopefully we can improve upon that because, again, we were on for at least 4th or 5th, maybe at the highest, or no, at least 4th, I think. But then, of course, that stupid 2-second penalty happened when the game literally lagged. That was kind of lame, but oh well. Yeah, I don't know if that contact was fully caused by the lag there. I feel like maybe I did either I braked a little late or he braked a little early, and then I think the lag happened after the hit. I don't know. No point in going back and looking at it. Apparently, my safety rating dropped from that. How much did it drop exactly after that? Okay, that's not terrible. I mean, it's definitely been way lower. So hopefully that doesn't put us too far down in terms of lobbies. Now, I don't think we'll be in the same caliper lobby that we were just in, but hopefully we don't get put in a lobby with too rowdy of drivers. Oh my gosh. Jesus, Lord almighty. Alright, let's see what kind of lobby we're in after losing safety rating. Okay, yep, this is about what I expected, to be honest. Okay, well, let's try to have a good run in this race and hopefully get out of this lobby pretty much immediately after this race. Yeah, hopefully we can get right back in the same caliber lobby that we were in the previous couple races with the same people, hopefully. So yeah, despite this being a lower rated lobby, the pole sitter has, as of quality time, that's 2/10 faster than the pole sitter from the previous race. So yeah, I don't care if I don't win this race, which obviously I'm not gonna, because those guys up front are pretty well. Actually, I mean, the guy in front of me isn't that much quicker than me, only by a few tenths. But the goal is for this is just to try to have a clean race, not give it a flying F where I finish, just have a clean run so I can get the heck out of this lobby and get my safety rating pretty much right back where it was. Alright, let's have a good, clean run here. Might try to put this back a notch. There we go. Have a little bit more leverage on my brake pedal foot. Oh, where is this guy going? Jesus Christ, trying to lunge it up on my inside on the first corner on the opening lap. God damn, dude, what are you doing? Take it easy there, Haas. As I say that, I go and plow into the back of this guy. Jesus. Oh God. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. Not gonna get anything from trying that. freaking downshifts. Come on, man. Now let's see. Is this guy gonna try to retaliate and take the lead back, or is he actually gonna bump me here? The only reason I passed him is because he lost momentum. But let's see what he does here. Okay, he's gonna bump me. I think the pole sitter is definitely going to undercut me with the superior tires on this lap, but I'll try to have a good end lap here. Ooh, didn't really get a good turn on the last corner there, but at least I got in before I hit the pit line. So definitely not going to get a penalty. So now it's just a matter of if I'm going to get overtaken or not coming out, which I imagine I definitely will. So it's SinCon we're keeping an eye on here. You know, so he's coming through the final section now. Now he's going down the front of straightaway. He's about to pass where I'm going to be parked up at a moment. All right, he's coming through the first couple corners now. I imagine he might get a little bit. He's definitely gonna have the overspeed over me. Went a little hot there, but thankfully I got stopped just in time. Alright. This may have been a lower lobby, but those two that I was fighting with, they were not slow by any means. Whew. That was a very hard fought victory right there. I must say. Whew. Alright. Well, hopefully that'll give me enough safety rating back to get me back in the lobbies that I was in the past two races. Hell yeah. We got ourselves a win. Which usually only comes in lobbies like these, mostly. It's very rare that I get a win in a high caliber lobby like the two that I was in previously. Wins in lobbies like that come very rarely for me. Alright. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to jump my safety rating back to maximum immediately, but... wow, I really didn't do shit at all. Jeez, okay. See what we can do on this one flying lap here. That's definitely not it. You know, let's just go and retry it now. Let's actually see if we can set a better lap here. For real. Missed fucking downshift didn't go in. Screw it, I'm not restarting it again. Like, I'm trying to time it perfectly on the downshift, but I keep mistiming it by just a little bit, and it costs me big time. Yeah, this lap ain't gonna be no good for nothing. Oh well. All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of lobby we're in. Okay, I think looks like we're still in pretty much the same type of lobby that we were in previously. There's no A plus drivers in this one at all. I think there's at least one in the previous one. I don't remember, but get on those hard tires. All right. Well, we managed to win in the last one. I don't expect to go back to back here, but once again, just try to have as clean of a run as we possibly can. Only one sip of my coffee left. Screw it. Might as well finish before we start. All right. Okay, we're starting one position lower down this time. We're starting fourth. We started third in the last race. Okay. Let's see how we do in this one. Yeah, honestly, I thought about trying the Alpha at one point during this stream, but considering the fact that I lost the safety rating the way I did, like, I'm probably just gonna stick with the McGann for the remaining 2 races here. Or unless we'll see what happens after this one. But anyway, let's focus on this race for now, and we shall worry about that later. It looks like the Alpha doesn't really get that good of a launch off the start, I must say. No, I might try to get around this Alpha as quickly as possible, actually. Yeah, I had a feeling that Alpha might have been a little slow. No, where are you going, dude? This is not helping. Brother, why are you trying to pass? Oh my goodness. I'm surrounded by morons! But where are you going, dude? Oh, good God, this guy's being a menace. I'm definitely gonna pit as early as possible here. Just get away from these guys. Oh my fucking God, bro! What are you doing? I wish I could pit now, but it's too early. Well, as we're all battling back here, the two in front are just getting away now. That's a bit risky pitting this early. Brother, you need to fucking chill out! Holy moly! God, I can't wait to get in the pits on this lap. I want to be as far away from these guys as I possibly can for as long as I can to try to get the jump on them. Get away from these fucking fools. These guys are not helping my case right now. my god, where are you going, dude? Where are you? Where are you going? Oh my fucking god. Get me away from these idiots. Holy crap. Jeez Louise. Don't know where that guy was going, but he just completely screwed up my in lap there. My god. Hopefully with these guys fighting out as much as they are, I can get a massive jump on them. Okay, don't know where the hell he went, but alright. I'm not gonna lie, for a second there, I actually thought that the game was about to bugging me out because I thought everybody just stopped driving for a moment there. But nope, that was just him being silly and missing his breakpoint by a mile. Now hopefully that other McGann and that Audi were fighting so much to where... Actually, the Audi's now behind me. So I guess he did make his pissed up on that lap, and now I'm behind him. So good. I got past one of them. I don't remember the name of the other guy though. Looks like everybody else is pitting now. That was a very slow exit out of there. Holy crap, that was a massive jump. Jesus. Now, I'm pretty sure free delivery definitely still has to pit. So I should be in a net second right now. But the guy in front of me definitely has fresher tires. Because he pitted later. Yeah, I expect this guy to start gapping me because of his superior tires. He has 2 lap fresher tires than I do. And, you know, Vegas Racer could catch me too. He typically has. Well, actually, no. Actually, no. Never mind. I have fresher tires than him. He pitted before me. Never mind. I have 1 lap fresher tires than him. Although he is catching me, and he does have the fastest lap of the race right now, despite pitting earlier. And he pitted earlier than all of us. He was the first one to pit. Oh my fucking god, no way. How in the hell did I fucking win that race after all that? Oh my god. Bro, I got stuck behind those guys so much, and the leaders were so far ahead. How the hell did I come back and win that? Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm lost for words after that one. I should not have won that race, but somehow I did. I will take it. I don't know. I think that race might be video worthy. Might have to save that replay there. And also save the recording, of course. There we go. Save the recording. It's not going to be in 4K. Sadly, it's only going to be in 1080p because I can't record in 4K whilst live streaming on the console. And when I save racing gameplay, I can't do it in 4K. I can only do it in 1080p. But oh well, whatever. The video may look like crap, but the racing in it will. But the video should still be good. Now just don't forget to save that replay. Save replay. Okay. All right. Man, if that doesn't get me back in the levels I was in before, then I don't know what will. All right, let's see where my safety rating's at now. All right, it's back to maximum. All right, good. It's back at maximum. So for this last race, I should theoretically be back in the same lobbies that I was in for the first two races. So we'll see what kind of lobby we get. And we got one last try to get that elusive 2-minute 0. Let's see if we can hit it. I don't know, that first game might not have been very good, but we'll just keep pushing and try to do well on the rest of the lap. Nah, I think I fucked that up. Again, just keep pushing though. You never know. Too late to restart now. Go, 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 go. Try to get a good run through these last few corners here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, so, damn it. Not quite. Close, but not quite. Well, couldn't quite get that 2-minute 0. But, oh well. Hey, a 2-minute 1, I'm happy with that. And that's still pretty much at the 2-second mark. So, I'll take it. So yeah, previous two races were very good. We had a couple wins, although they were in low rated lobbies, but the guys I was racing with were not slow by any means, so I'd say those were very well deserved wins in that case. And there we go, just like that. We're right back where we started. Let's see, before we do anything else, change my tires. Okay. Now, let's see. Oh, look at that. Forrest Gump is in here now. The guy that I was just racing with for the win in the last race. Let's see, is Maverick and Stinky at the bottom? Nope, they are not. And we got a few A-plus drivers in here. Oh, this guy wants to say hi? Alright, I'll say hi. Okay. This will officially be the last race of the stream, ladies and gents. Let's see what we got. We got Andre in here. I remember a point where I used to see this guy in almost every stream, but up until recently, I haven't seen him very often. I think I saw him in the last stream too, at Road Atlanta, or maybe the stream before that. I can't remember, but I don't see him as often as I used to. In fact, there's quite a few names that I don't see very often anymore that I used to see all the time. But then again, like that was back at that point, I was doing all the daily races. I was doing like 3 of each race, but lately I've only been doing daily race C, so I don't know if that's the reason why or not, but you know, I was thinking about like going back to doing all 3 daily races and run 3 of each race and do a 4-hour stream like I used to. But lately I've just been only doing daily race C because I just like doing the longer races. Yeah, I don't mind doing daily race A and B, but I just like doing the longer races, honestly. Alright. Last race of the stream. Let's make it a good one. Let's see if we can end it on a high here. Alright, this guy's going to the back already. By choice. Not gonna fight this guy too much, I'll let him. Alright, you know what? This guy's Maverick. I think the guy I saw earlier might have been a different Maverick. I was going to say, I don't remember Maverick being Brazilian. I think that was a different Maverick. I'm pretty sure this is the Maverick that I'm used to seeing. Just get around in one piece and then just tag along the slipstream. Don't worry about trying to fight. Get back in line. Get back in line. Don't fight too much. If we fight, we're just going to lose time. That's not what we want. Oh boy, oh boy. Please don't squeeze me in. Okay, I got hit in the back. I got hit in the back. But Forrest definitely hit in the back. He in the back. He was way too close to me there. Oh my god, what's happening? Yeah, Forrest 100% hit me in the back there. I was trying to back off to not hit him in the back, but then Forrest just wouldn't get off my ass coming into the braking zone. Yeah, I apologize to that guy, but that was not on me. Forrest, what are you doing? Please don't do that. Not now, at least. Uh-oh. I think I might have cut that too much. Is this going to be my first penalty through this section? Yep, it was. I know it. I knew it as soon as it happened. Well, we did well to not get a penalty through there up until now, at least. Because any other time, I would have already had a penalty at least once through there already. And thankfully, it's only a half-second penalty, not 1 second. I'll definitely lose the spot to Forrest, but oh well, I'm not that worried about it right now. We're still early in the race. Hopefully Forrest doesn't just lunge it on me through here. Okay, he didn't. Good. I'm definitely gonna lose another place here. Alright, well, we only lost 2 places from that. Alright, let's see if we can rebound from that penalty. Hey, you know, maybe I could have put it there, but oh well. I'll pit next lap. Okay, good. Maverick was smart there. Could have kept in it, but he was smart about it and he backed off. Oh, the other guy almost pitted, but backed out at the last moment. Thankfully, that didn't call me out. I almost followed him, and that would have put me over the line. Thankfully, I didn't follow him. And now we sit here for this very, very long pit sequence. Okay, let's get ready to drive. Let's go. Alright, now me and Maverick can try to work together and try to make some time up. Okay, Forrest is in the pits. Let's see where I come out in relation to him. Because I was right behind him when I went in. I imagine I'll get the undercut on him. Oh, okay, Maverick doesn't want to work together apparently. Alright, we're gonna get past Forrest. Can we get past this guy too? Not quite. Oh shit, he's still there, so don't give him space. Okay. Oh crap, I'm trying to give him room. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay, you're not gonna take the racing line? Okay. Of course, everybody's gonna follow him. I've been left alone with no help. No. Okay, well, we're still in the pack, though. think I might have braked a little early there. Oh, Maverick got a penalty. Rip. These guys are gaining on me, but I'm still in the slipstream. Or was. They're probably gonna start gapping me now. If you hear any background noise, don't mind that. Yeah, nah, I'm not close enough to get any slip. Yep, these guys are just gonna get me now. Now it's just a matter if I can keep Force behind. He did pit after me, so he will have fresher tires than me. Well, at least one thing for sure is I know that the Genesis isn't as good through that last section than the Megane, so as long as I can stay ahead of him up until that point, then I can keep the position for sure. Had to try to crack my ankle there, mid-corner. That definitely slowed me down a little bit. And of course, it was the ankle on my gas pedal foot. I almost down to the second. Thankfully, the paddle didn't catch it. And force is slowly gaining on me, but probably not going to be enough. So I don't think I should have to worry too much. As long as I don't do anything stupid, I should be able to stay ahead of him. Yeah, as long as I'm ahead of him up until here, then I'll be able to stay ahead. Come on, catch the damn gear. It's not helping me. I just brought him in even closer. Well, the race is on now. I'm definitely going full defensive in that tunnel. I'm not giving him the inside whatsoever. You gonna squeeze me? Nope, he's not gonna squeeze me. Nah, I overcooked it. Crap. Unless I can get a better run of them out of the last section here. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. Well, at least we ended on a high. Like, we didn't really gain very many positions, if any at all, but that was still a good run. Very solid. I'd say that's a very nice way to finish this off. So, yeah, we had some pretty good races, except for that second race, which dropped me into those lower rated lobbies. But, hey, like I said, even though we were in lower rated lobbies, those guys I was racing with were not slow, and they still gave me a hell of a run. A hell of a run for my money. So even though that wasn't a high split lobby, I'd say those were two very well earned wins. Yeah, good race, well done indeed. Yeah, I completely overcooked it coming out of the tunnel. Yeah, I thought I could outbrake him, but I ended up outbraking myself. Alrighty, and that's gonna do it for this stream, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get the video up for that one race as soon as possible. I don't know when, but in terms of how I'm gonna edit it, like, I'm not very good at doing voiceovers or anything like that. But there are a lot of moments in there where I'm not talking, so I'm gonna try to include some cinematic shots in there if I can, which is something I've never done before. But I'm definitely gonna spend some hard time editing that video and try to get some decent cinematic shots in there. And maybe I'll try to do like maybe some small voiceovers. But like I said, I'm not very good at doing voiceovers, so if they're not very good, then just bear with me here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I shall catch y'all in the next one. See y'all later.